Hi, SLOconf. Thanks for giving me 5 to 10 minutes of your time. My topic today, tips of running SLO workshops successfully in under 1 hour. You get all the information about me here, both how you get a hold of me on Twitter, on LinkedIn, I guess you can find me with my name. I'm also doing a lot of stuff around the CNCF project captain. But let's get started because we're here to learn about SLOs. Fact is, defining SLOs is still challenging. The latest state of SRE reports says that 99% of SREs have challenges defining and creating SLOs. Now, they gave a lot of different reasons, so let me point out all of them and highlight one or two. Too many data sources, too many metrics, don't know what makes a good SLOs, don't know what metrics to track, don't know where to get started, don't know how to evaluate an SLO, monitoring tool doesn't give me enough information on how to get started. So a lot of things that I think should be a wake-up call to all of us speakers here, because we've been trying to educate you on SLOs, but clearly it seems we have not yet been successful. Now, let me give you 2 tips on how I think you can help your organization to become better in this. First tip, start with, and I call it here, a consumer-focused SLO. I really like the blog from Zendesk here. Check it out. They are talking about it doesn't help you if you have a lot of SLOs and you put them on a dashboard and they're all green, when the consumers, your end users, or whoever uses your API and services actually have a bad experience. That means you're focusing on the wrong thing. And therefore, you should always start with an SLO that is as close as possible to the consumer experience. And consumer, again, could be an end user on your mobile device, on your web app, but it could also be an API consumer that consumes your API. This is how you want to get started with. Find this consumer-focused SLOs. And then, and this is my second tip now, where I recently had a big aha moment, run a top-down workshop. So what does this mean? I recently spoke with a financial institution. They had a new mobile app for banking transactions, so a mobile banking app. And then I sat down with them and said, okay, what's your top-level goal right now? And they said, well, we have a new app and we have very bad adoption of the new app, and we want to get this to at least 65% of our total user base that needs to use the app by the end of the year. Otherwise, we failed with this new mobile app. So very clear, app adoption, the way you specify it and measure it, the ratio of new app daily users versus the total users, and an objective. The second thing I then asked them, well, why isn't it going faster, or what would hinder you? And they said, right now, we really have bad ratings on the App Store. They only had about a 2-star rating. They wanted to get to a 4 or 4+ star, which then translates to, right, between 0 and 5 stars. 5 stars would be 100%. We said 85% is what they want to achieve. Then I asked, so why is the app rating so bad? And they said, well, we have a lot of mobile crashes, it seems. And so we said, well, we need to get the crash rates down on officially supported devices. So something clearly that is measurable, it's clearly defined what a crash is, and it has to be under a certain percentage. If you figure this out, you can obviously figure out ways how you monitor it. So for instance, we can pull in the ratings from the Android or iOS through the API, and then we can chart it and can put it on a dashboard. Nice thing is you can also easily specify ownership. Who is responsible for certain SLOs? So for instance, app adoption is a business goal, where crashes is more a technical goal, where DevOps can help to bake in more automated quality checks, more automated tests to make sure that the key use cases will not cause the app to crash. I think this is truly important. Now, behind every great mobile app, there's a great backend, which means you want to go further and then also specify your SLOs for key services in the backend. Like when you're logging in, when you're opening up a mobile app, the first thing is you need to authenticate. So the availability of that service is hugely important. The response time is really important because people don't want to wait, because otherwise they also complain, as well as things like error rate. But see here, we were very specific. What is availability? The rate of requests with a valid response. You could also measure it in a different way. For instance, a synthetic test. And then you want to make sure if the system is at least responding. So be very specific. Response time, same thing. Rate of login requests faster than 500 milliseconds, or error rate of requests fading with an HTTP 500. So very important that you specify this, be very clear, measure it, figure out a way how you can get it, put it on a dashboard, and then assign ownership to it. In this case, site reliability engineers can probably have better impact on availability and response time because they can provision the right hardware and make sure the system scales and is available. But then on the other side, the DevOps team can go in and again, through quality, automated quality checks, encourages and helps the development teams to build better performing and better functional code. In the end, to sum it up, what I've seen, I've ran this workshop for an hour. It was very successful. Why? Because we had clear ownership in the end. We aligned the SLOs with top level goals like the app adoption. We clearly defined what an SLO is and how we measure it. We came up with realistic goals that everybody agreed to, and then we made it visible and put it on a dashboard. This helped me a lot, and I hope it will also help you. If you want to read more, check out the blog post. You can see the QR code here as well if you don't want to type it in. With this, let's make sure all together that the next State of SRE report does not say that 99% of SREs have a challenge defining SLOs. We can do better. Thank you. Bye-bye.